Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to the Incomplete Guide to Starsector. We are back in the game, and as promised, I have made the short trip from Galatia up to the Yggdrasil and Valhalla system, Ragnar Valhalla, and we're going to hop in here near Reisvalg. I think we want to head up to here, but I want to visit the hegemony space here first, just to see what might be around. Ooh. There is a lot of hostile activity, so we might not go there. We're going to head up here instead. I did, by the way, assign our officer. Maybe I showed you last episode, but I put our officer on our other wolf here, so when they're supporting us, they'll be a bit better than before. I've also, by the way, changed up our fleet doctrine. So down here in the command, if you come to the Doctrine and Blueprints tab, you can change your aggression level. Now what this will do is, for ships that don't have officers, it will sort of set their AI. So if you make them cautious, they will sort of hang out in the back and try to avoid combat mostly, basically keeping most enemies at their longest weapons range. Then you have steady, that try to keep you kind of within long weapons range and occasionally within short weapons range. I personally prefer mostly aggressive stances because I find that the AI, if you have them steady and your weapons are mismatched even a little bit, then you might have trouble getting your ships to get in there and actually kill enemies. So putting them to aggressive I find is really handy just to get them to move a little faster. And also not just chicken out all the time. If you go above that, you'll get a mix of aggressive and reckless, or up to 5 you get reckless. Aggressive and reckless, well I guess reckless specifically, kind of disregard their flux levels. An aggressive captain will still back off to flux, or to vent flux if need be. So I stick with aggressive, and only specific ships will get reckless officers. But that is that. Let's go up here to Skathi. Skathi doesn't know. And we do not have activity here, so let's go ahead and hop on in. And we're going to go over to this place here. Now these guys are having pirate activity, which may affect what's available to us as far as shops go. We have a shady woman with an off-brand data pad. They want us to move 32 units of harvested organs to Arcadia, which is, I believe, hegemony space. Yeah, no thank you. But, so we're in a different factions shop here. You'll see some of the same stuff. I mean, the goods don't change. These are always the same. But we are more likely to find more advanced odds and ends in the mod specs, in the guns, and in the ships especially. Like here we go. In the black market, we have a plasma cannon. Now, none of our ships can fit this, but it is cool to know that we can come back here and buy one if we wanted to. We also have a very advanced LPC for a support fighter that follows your ships around and will shield them and knock down missiles and stuff. They're really powerful, but they're also very expensive at 18 ordnance points. We have an antimatter blaster, a very close range weapon that really kills stuff. It's kind of unique as far as energy weapons go in that it actually has limited ammo. So beware of that. We have phase lances that are sort of, they're beam weapons, but they sort of shoot a beam and then they sort of have to cool down for almost 6 seconds. And then we have an auto pulse laser, which is a basic but very reliable energy weapon that shoots a lot of laser bursts in really fast, rapid fire. But I am interested in what they have to sell on the market here. Ooh, they have an Omen. Guys, they have an Omen. So, this is one of my favorite ships, probably my second favorite ship in the game for smaller ships. Let's take a look at you. They're basically ECM weapons, and they're also like electronic warfare platforms. These guys, they don't have many weapons. In fact, they're kind of, you don't really want to kit them out with real weapons too much because then they get too close and stay too close. But they have an ability called the EMP emitter, and yes, it's good. These guys are practically immune to missiles, and they can get close to enemies and zap them, knocking out weapons and engines And they also deal damage, too. So I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy this because it's 33,000 credits. That's affordable to us right now. Yes. I'll fit you in a bit. The black market has a phase frigate. These are meh to me, although these have... okay. These are good support ships. They have a field around them that causes enemies to take more damage when they're in the area, but it's a very limited duration. Now, phase ships are a class of ships that don't have shields. Instead, they phase into what's called phase space, where they're visible but only barely, and they move faster and can't be hit, even by other phase ships. But I'm not super jazzed about this guy in my fleet at the moment. But I do want to refit this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and refit this guy, and when I'm done, I will bring you back and show you what we've got. Alright folks, we are back, and I did outfit our little Omen, and I also went ahead and I bought some mod specs in addition to the missile autoloader. We have the insulated engine assembly. This will increase your engine's durability by 100%. It also gives you more hull integrity. It also reduces your ship's sensor profile, so this also helps with stealth. And if you mod it into your ship permanently as an S mod, then it actually triples the durability of your engines and increases your sensor profile reduction to 90%. So you can turn a giant honking hunk of steel into a tiny sparrow radar cross-section with this thing. Also got stabilized shields. Your shields generate a small amount of soft flux when raised. Some ships deal or generate a lot more. This is handy for offsetting that a bit. And efficiency overhaul, I like to put this on some of my bigger, hungrier ships sometimes, so it's handy. It also makes them easier to repair. Go ahead and do that. Now, as for our little Omen down here, I put an IR pulse laser on the front of the ship on the turret here. And this isn't really here to deal much damage. It's here to make sure this ship stays generally within range to do, or to use, its EMP emitter. That's the purpose of this weapon here, because ships will try to stay within their weapon's range. If this was like a just PD, this ship might not get close enough to use its EMP emitter. I put an long-range PD laser on the back. This is just for keeping missiles off our butt, although this does have a 360-degree shield, so not a big deal there. But if you put a weapon on the back here, these Omens will tend to shoot this gun, then spin around aim their butt at the enemy, shoot this gun once, and then spin back, and just keep repeating over and over again. So don't do that. It's a bad idea. Over here I have the Atropos. I put this here because it's cheap. It's 3 OP. Or, yeah, 3 OP. I was going to put a Harpoon on, but they're 1 more point, and they're good. I just don't like them as much, personally. So, there's that. And I would have put on a Salamander here, which is the one that kind of winds around and aims for engines, but I don't have any, and no one's selling any, so moot point. I gave this poor little guy hardened subsystems so that it'll last longer in combat before its CR starts going down. Reinforced bulkheads to make sure that I can recover the ship, because I want to keep this thing around. And it does give it more hull, too, which is nice, because this thing is papery. And I gave it unstable injector, which will decrease its weapon range for this guy a little bit, but it gives it a top speed of 180. This thing is fast. Our ship, for instance, is 158, and that's only, I think, because it has higher combat readiness than usual. So we're 5% higher than usual. I think our top speed is normally 150. So we're going to go ahead and repair our ships. We're all done. Do we want more supplies? Now we're good. So we're going to actually get out of here because this area is full of dangerous pirates. We just came in here. And we're going to... let's see. I'll go for the fringe jump point. Near... we are fast little buggers, aren't we? Oh my, ooh, slow down, slow down. So, sometimes when you're seeing pirate activity, it may be worthwhile to stick around to see if you can pick the bones. Rats. You don't like me for some reason. You're standing down, you jerk. Okay, I think we're maybe okay to deal with this now. No, we still can't. It's you. You're cracking us. Bunch of jerks. Can we at least salvage something here? Nope. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and leave, and this mercenary company can deal with these guys on their own, hopefully. Oh, come on. Get to the jump point. Jump. Transponder off. And let's get out of here. I don't want to deal with you. Your delivery, okay. Whew. So here we have, finally, a survey mission. So we have a survey mission for Siren. Okay, interesting. Do we have any other exploration missions out that direction? We had a derelict ship down here to check out, but that one, I guess apparently, went away. Okay. Whatever. So barren world ones, or actually, I should say survey missions, are handy because they are basically just go there, check things out, and come back. And you get money for it. And again, this is also often used as a good excuse to go and just check out different systems and see what treasure might be there. Black holes, for instance, usually have research stations and other things orbiting them, which can be really handy for getting a lot of really good loot. So keep an eye out for that kind of thing. We're going to go here to... Let's go to the Alada gravity well. I think it's the closest place to go. We will jump, turn the transponder on, and here we go. I want to check out what's here, because these guys might have the ships that I'm looking for, at least generally. Anybody too higher here? No. Take a shuttle? Ooh, a man with a paper book. Okay. So this is a recurring character you'll find. They're not always this portrait, but it's one of a few. But let's see, he is interesting. Welcome, welcome. Please have a seat. I'm sure you're wondering why I called you over. He leans in as if conspiring. I think we can help each other, you see. You and I. See, I have the information. He taps the book. And you have the means. I am what you might call a historian adventurer. A rogue archaeologist uncovering the history of the sector despite the danger of this exceptional era. In the course of my studies, I often chance upon hints about where certain pieces of technology might be found. Retrieving these artifacts is, naturally, your role in our arrangement. Only if you're interested, of course. But I've done my research on your exploits, and I'm sure that you will be interested. Speech complete, he leans back, looking pleased. You want paid? A weary expression passes over the man's face for just a moment before resuming his energetic demeanor. I understand why you would assume that. This is indeed a mercenary age, but no, nothing quite so transactional. History is an uncertain trade, and such an approach would lead to expectations, disappointment, and recrimination, all of which I'm eager to avoid, especially the last of those. An additional wrinkle forms in the face of this. However, if you did find my information valuable, I would gladly accept donations. Think of it as patronage to fuel my research, which in turn would produce valuable leads. Or it might help to think of it as an investment, but with no obligations incurred by either party. Consider it you could enrich your own enterprises while contributing to the sum of human knowledge. Do you have anything for me right now? So he has the location of a Scarab-class heavy frigate, which is a pretty common ship. I am not interested, so goodbye. We'll see him again soon. So here we have what I think this is the capital of Tritachyon. They're a small but powerful faction, and their market kind of sucks right now. It's okay though. Black market has some decent odds and ends we could look at here, but I want to see what ships they have for sale. Ooh. A Tempest with D mods. Oh, and a Hyperion. Ooh, yikes. Not ready for you yet. The Tempest is tempting. Not because it has D mods, but because I could repair it, although it would be very expensive. So I'm I'm hesitant to do that, but we have the money. I want the ship. I want the ship bad. What are your D-mods anyway? Comms, flight deck, compromised hull, sensor array. You know what? Let's hold off. We're going to go to the other Tritachyon installation, which is right over here. Killian Starforge, I think, is where they build their ships, so we might have a better chance of finding a at least better repair Tempest here. We do have another officer available for hire. What do you do? Ooh, steady and energy weapon mastery. That's not a bad start. Let's go ahead and hire her. She wants 2,000 credits and 900 a month. Sounds good. And we will visit the bar. Let's see, we have a Pather. So there's a faction in here called the Luddic Path, or the Luddites, or Luddic Church. Church and a Path. Two of them. The Church is like they're a religious organization that is kind of all about a simpler life. So they prefer low-tech stuff. And they don't like things like AI cores and so on. Pathers are their sort of terrorist branch. But they want us to do something. They want us to hire her, I guess. No. Arrange a new identity for them. And I tell you where the base supplying the Pather cells is at this colony I located. I don't really care too much because it's not my place to mess with Tritachyon, and also I don't want to spend money. So this person has, let's see, they like us. Not a scared dirt worm. So they want, ooh, okay. They have a Shade class phase frigate collecting space dust in a lightly guarded orbital hangar. I want detailed info. It is in pristine condition. That is dirt cheap, but they want 10 Marines. So I don't have that right now, but we could buy 10, but they're kind of pricey here. Not the worst, about average price. Now, that's not a bad idea to get started, though, on having some Marines on board. So you know what, let's go ahead and buy a couple of these guys. Since we do have the ability here that gives us ground operations. So we could go back, to the bar, and for 13,000 credits we can buy a basically brand new phase frigate. You bet. You bet. Ta-da! Done. Like that, we got a ship. Pair of ships, and let's see what they have here at the base. Ooh, we have a lot of big stuff here on the black market. Tachyon lances and a bunch of plasma cannons and big missile launchers, and boy oh boy is that fun. But I am here about a ship. I can't even look at the military apparently. Now this is a pretty good start to a bunch of bigger ships, but it is worth as much money as we have right now. So we're not going to buy that. Black market has got nothing for us, so you know what? Ooh, nice. I would say nothing. I would go for a carrier, but I do really want this Tempest, so we're going to build our fleet starting with this Tempest. I'm going to repair for a stupid amount of money. So, and you don't have it on the black market still. No. Shame. Okay, we're going to buy you. Cha-ching. And since you are currently garbage, I'm going to de-garbify you. Let's go ahead and we're going to restore this for, ooh, 89 quid. No, we're not going to do that. What I will do, though, is for now, we are going to rearrange you at the top here, because I think I want to pilot this ship despite the lower hull, because, I mean, this does have a lot better hull than that ship. But it is just going to be a much more interesting ship to pilot. This thing has built-in fighter bays with drones that will shoot things, including missiles, And we can turn these drones into basically big old missiles if we want to. I don't typically use that, but we can if we want to. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to outfit this ship and our phase frigate here, and I'll also slot our new officer into another ship, and then I'll bring y'all back when that's done. Alright folks, we are back, and I am coming back in here to buy a bunch of supplies, because I got a little bit desperate, and I started looking around the sector, or not the sector, but this particular system, for an ion pulsar. I happen to like these for Tempests, and that ended up taking me somewhere I wasn't expecting to go, and I didn't record it, but we're going to go back there, so let's go take a look, because I happen to get a little bit of a mission, which is why I bought a whole bunch of supplies. In this area we have Killian, Starforge, Sethlin, and Dawn. This is a pirate station. You'll see we have a little mission exclamation point on there. And that's where we're going to go next, because I got a mission from this guy, here we go, who wants 100 units of supplies. He'll pay 300 a pop, or 30,000 total. That isn't a ton of money, but it also isn't a ton of time or distance. So I came over here, bought, 150 supplies for 6,000-ish credits, and we're going to go and more than triple our money. But it's a pirate station, so we need to be careful about how we go about this. What we need to do is you need to make sure you turn off your transponder and check out irradiated world surveys. Ooh. That's not... Nah, it's kind of far away for us at the moment. So I like to come up here into these nebulae if possible, and I'll turn off my transponder unless I see like that. There's a tritachyon something down there, and they can see us here. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going a little bit farther. And now we'll turn off a transponder. Because the pirates know us, and our pirates, if we look into the... where is it? The factions here. The pirates don't like us much. They're vengeful. Yeah, they don't like us too much. So if we go in saying, hey, here we are, here's us, they're going to, well, either beat us up or at least not talk to us much. But we go in anonymously, and they don't really care too much. So we're going to go and take our shuttle down, common directory, and talk to the guy. And bingo bango, we just got some money. And they're slightly less vengeful now. Ooh, and we got a potential contact. So contacts are things you can... They're people you can develop into long-term sort of mission partners, where you can come back again and again to get missions from them. Now, he's very high importance, which is nice. It means he will give us missions that give us a lot of high-level loot and are, a lot of rewards, and may also give us more reputation with the pirates. So kind of handy to have. I'm not going to develop that yet because you can only have 5 contacts active at any one time. So I'll leave him alone for now. But I think everything else here is kind of junked. But we're here. There wasn't anything else I wanted to look at here. The ships are in really garbage repair, so... and there's like 5 of them anyway. But I didn't end up finishing kitting out my ships because of that. So I'm going to just bring you back to show you how to get into a pirate base here, and then back out on notice, which is kind of the same thing, just in reverse. So we head out this way. We're going to zip down here. Ooh, oh, they didn't like us very much. Okay. Did not expect that happening. Well, it's not a huge problem. So, yeah, okay, he doesn't like us. Tritachyon still doesn't care about us. We'll just turn our transponder on. Not a big deal. Alright. I was hoping to get a little farther away than that, but whatever. Now you'll see that our monthly income has gone down. It used to be about, what, 12,000-ish? We're now at about 10,800. That is because we are paying our captains, or our officers. Here we go. We have payroll. Officer payroll of 1,530 credits per month, and marine payroll of 210 per month, and then crew payroll of 2,400. So these guys all suck down money over time, and we still have 34 months of 15,000 per month, which isn't bad. But I think at some point we're going to want to take on a commission here. we're going to get back in here, and I am actually going to go back for real this time, and we will finish rounding out our loadouts here, and then I'll bring you all back when I am done with that. But now we're back in civilized space, and our transponder's on, so people won't bug us anymore. Of the Capital Assurance Fleet. So, yep. There we go. Okay, folks, we are back. I just realized I could have stolen this ion pulsar instead. I am mad at myself. I am so mad at myself. I am disappointed. I'm going to go ahead and put our energy-based officer into this ship for now. And that won't be her final ship, hopefully, because wolves are kind of only good in the early game, and they're really only so-so in the early game. But I want to go through what I did to these two ships. We have a pulse laser, which is the green pew pew pew. We have an ion pulsar, which the other wolf has, and this is a rapid-fire ion weapon that doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, but it deals a bunch of EMP damage, which can cause weapons and engines to cease to function for a little while. And that can actually go through shields sometimes. So that's great. I also have a couple of the Atropos torpedoes. They're kind of just there. I use them for sort of finishing. Once I've gotten shields down, just slam these off and they're good to go. Now, as for mods, I put hardened subsystems on. This will give us 50% more peak performance, which is the... I can't mouse over it because I lose the popover then. It's on the left, it says 270. Normally we have 3 minutes of peak performance. We now have 4.5 minutes. The insulated engine assembly will keep our engines from flaming out as much if we get hit by salamanders or just damage. It also reduces our sensor profile, which is tiny anyway, so I don't care about that. It also gives a bit more hull, which is important for now because this ship has a D-mod that, where is it here? It is compromised hull. Reduces hull by 30%. That's not great on a small ship like this. Actually, it's not great anywhere, but still. So that helps make up for some of that. I also added in reinforced bulkheads to help bulk that up. Get it? And this isn't going to be permanent. I'm not going to have this here forever. But for now, until we get a better mod, or if I want to increase capacitors, or until we get this removed, then this will help keep our hull at least somewhat serviceable. I also added armored weapon mounts, not because I care that much about our weapons getting hit, but because it reduces recoil. So these are on turrets. Our wolf, our main gun here, is on a gimbal, so we have a very limited firing arc, but it shoots straight. This guy, the longer you fire these, the more sort of the turret's going to rock back and forth and it's just going to miss. So this guy, if you don't have armored weapon mounts, it tends to just kind of spray its shots like a shotgun, so that once they get to their maximum range, they're kind of spread like this, which isn't very useful against small opponents. This will help reduce that and keep them a bit tighter. Our shade, about this, don't judge. I put on what was available and what didn't at least make me cringe too hard. I'm still cringing, but this needs to be fixed. I'm probably not going to deploy this in battle until we get something better. I really wanted to have at least one antimatter blaster, but no one in the sector has any, or no one in the system has any, so moot point. Again, hardened subsystems gives us more peak time. Same insulated engine assembly for better engines, or better engine durability. Armor weapon mounts, mostly to keep these from getting fried too much when it gets up in combat. And again, reinforced bulkheads, more so I can recover it when it gets destroyed. So, it is time for us to look at some missions here, because I want to go and do like a mission, or at least start one, before we leave off here. So we can get out pretty far here. Getting back is a problem beyond here, but we are likely to find fuel while we're out. That's a very common find. So let's see what we have. We have important. We have the officer promotion candidate I don't care about yet still. Do we have anything interesting out here? A barren bombarded world. That one is a bit far out, I think. Yeah, that's a bit at the end of our range, and the farther you get from home, if you get in trouble, you're just going to have more issues getting back. So we're going to not do that one. Do we have any smaller bounties? We have 1 day remaining on that one. We have some pirate bases. Oh, we still have this one. Ooh. So 11 light years, 12 days to get there. And then we also have this one up here with 37 days. That's not bad. Let's try to get these two. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can avoid the pirate bases. That's just bad news. And yeah, so you... Okay, so I want this one first because you're shorter duration. Let's see. Barren World, Orange Primary Star. Sweet. Oh boy. Orange Primary Star. Okay. Okay. How about you? You're a bit of a bigger threat. Also, a bunch of orange primary stars. Wow. That might be a tight squeeze. What are you? Not yet discovered. Okay, I think I don't want to go for this one. I'm going to go for this guy. And... no longer on offer, and 1 day. That's a real shame. I wish we could have gotten that one. Let's go get this guy. Girl. Gal. Person. We're going to go here. So, Orange Star, Barren World. And this ship is a moderate threat to us, but with our new Tempest and our new officers, I think we can take this fleet without too much trouble. This is going to be annoying. This is another phase frigate, but it's a very small and basic one. So, yeah, let's go give it a whirl. Let's save here before we go and kill ourselves. Throw ourselves against the hulls of our enemy ships. Let's get on out here, and we will continue laying in our course. Transponder off, and away we go. It's about to turn bright on us, isn't it? Now, here is a gravity well. This is spoilery, but there is a story mission with this gravity well. We could go in here and die horribly if we wanted to, but I don't want to. Surprise, surprise. So we're not going to. What was that? A sensor ghost, most likely. So you will find sensor ghosts occasionally. If they follow your every movement, then they are unlikely to be things you can actually interact with, and they are just there to surprise you and make you think. There are also these slipstreams, and as you can see, this one's sort of traveling this direction. If we end up in here, we end up sort of basically following it to its termination. It's great for getting to places, but if they're in your way, you may have to either work around them or just try to force your way through with an E-burn, but that can be difficult. Let's get up here. And we're doing okay so far. Get up around here. And we'll just slip in through here. So we have a barren world is what we were looking for. We do have one planet here, so I'm going to go ahead and quick save just in case we run out of the bounty. I don't want to turn this into a waste. We're going to hop in here. We'll jump in. Do we have barren world? Ooh. We have rocky metallic world and something right here in the star's corona. Not a fan of that, but if we do a sensor burst, we can find a Tarsus-class freighter and something else. So you know what? I think we're going to come back to this after our bounty is done. Let's move on here. We're going to go for maybe this one. We have a barren world right here. We're going to do a sensor ping, and I think we have our pirates. Look at that. Alright. Why don't we go and give them a look-see? You're fighting somebody. What are you fighting? You're fighting a remnant fragment. I think I'll let you do that. standing down. Okay. Let's go ahead and deal with them. Boop! Hey guys. So, letting them fight that fragment actually helps because it lowers their combat readiness. And some of them are significantly down, which is nice. No real damage I don't see. But yeah, it looks like they also have... Their commander has one of the better abilities that increases their combat readiness a bit. Check that out, their max is 85. But we have... This is a big ol' carrier thing. It's a converted freighter. So, it's a pretty terrible ship, but it is a big ship. So our small ships may struggle a little bit against it. We want to take out definitely the mud skippers, because these have the big guns on them. This is a... These aren't huge threats. This one's going to be annoying. This one's going to be easy. We have a wolf, a gremlin, which is a phase frigate, and a mule, which we fought before. So we're going to go ahead and engage, and we're going to continue. We're going to take probably all of our ships out that are capable. And it's cost 34 supplies. I think, you know, we'll leave this guy out. He's just useless. He's not useless, but it's close to it. Now, we're going to shake up who goes with whom here a little bit. Actually, not really. We're going to have this one support our wolf. Wolves together. We're going to keep these two together, once again. I'm going to have our Omen come with me. I find this to be... The Tempest and Omen is just a stellar combo. I mean... We're in space. It's stellar. Funny. But I have had so much luck with this. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and like die now, but you know, whatever. And these here are our Terminator drones. These will shoot things down for us, mostly missiles. They will also attack our enemies too, which is kind of nice. So, let's get them up in here. What do we have going on? You know what? I'm going to come over here and probably beat up this wolf. I like to go for the fringes and kind of let my other groups either target specific things or do what they need to do. I'm going to have us avoid these, just that one for now. I want this one... Nah, I'll let him figure it out. We're going to go over here and deal with this guy. Yeah, come on, dude. You got this. Yeah, we don't have great flux right now. Ooh, we have a bunch of fighters coming in. No, thank you. But our drones, oh, and our buddy Omen, will take care of them in a jiffy. We're gonna hop in there, hop out, and hop back in. Oh, we did that. Okay, nice move, buddy. But he is still overloaded. That's right. Dead. Alright, off we go. Your turn. Come here, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you, because you're an annoying one. Dead. I'm gonna take care of you, because you have no armor. Boop. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, overflux yourself, see if I care. There we go. And deal with you, why not? It'll be fun. Hi, buddy. So watch as he goes in phases. He gets a little bit faster. It's hard to notice here, he's not moving a whole lot. But we are going to back off and let our flux go down. Ooh, daring maneuver there, buddy. And he is pretty well toast. There we go. Cool everything down. Where is everybody? Okay, we're going to remove that order from you. And I think... Yeah, we'll go help them. You guys... I want him engaged now. Go ahead and do that. Oh, I don't need all of you going there. Oh, come on, really? Alright, fine. I'll take care of the mule. And the shepherd, I assume. Yeah, oh. This will be annoying. Hey, Omen. You're with me. Oop, I just did just do that. That's fine, though. Boop. Take a few hits on our hull there. There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, eat it, buddy. Ooh. Didn't want to get that close. I'll take care of you. You're a real thorn in my side, buddy. Yeah, you're toast. There we go. And now you. Merp. No, thank you. Off we go. Raise the shield. Oh, you escaped. Okay, that's fine. Oh, clunk. Okay, so we won that battle. We don't have to go kill this guy, so I'm not... let's pursue them. We'll order our second-in-command to handle it, and we'll send these after him. So, and we got them. So, after a battle, if enemy ships retreated or they just weren't deployed, which I don't think happens, you can either pursue them yourself, where you'll start a second battle, or have your second-in-command send it, or deal with them. I tend to send a bit of overkill, just because it's kind of... it's worth it. I often find that if I don't send quite enough, then the enemies get away. We have the opportunity to grab some really junky ships. No, thank you. And we got some wreckage here. Also mostly junk. We got some fuel and some supplies, which is great. And we got the money. So we got 63 quid, or big quids. And we didn't get a point yet for leveling up, but that's okay. And we did get some story points, though, which is pretty cool. Alright, everyone, I think that's a pretty good place to call it. We got our ships outfitted. We're starting to build our fleet. And you hope you're getting a feel for what I'm doing here. I want to do a whole bunch of small ships. I want to go for the Wolfpack tactics here at some point. Probably my next skill, honestly. And then we'll have basically a swarm of small ships that are all, like, actually really powerful once we get our officers in them. And then we'll have some big ships that are also powerful. They're not as powerful as they could be with officers in them, but we'll be able to deploy them cheaper if we spec into support doctrine. So deployment point costs for ships without officers will be reduced by 20% or 10 points, whichever is less. This means we'll be able to deploy far more large ships at once if we want to. And those large ships will also gain helmsmanship, damage control, and combat endurance. So that's this one, helmsmanship, so more maneuverability and speed. Combat endurance, more peak performance time, and combat readiness degradation reduction, and better combat readiness. And then damage control, so less damage taken, less crew lost, and faster in-combat weapon and engine repairs. Pretty cool stuff for one skill point. But that will be for a later time. For now, I'm going to head out and contemplate what we'll do next. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, my name has been Korazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.